Hello, YouTube. Unusual and mysterious yellow glass can be found in the desert of Egypt and Libya. It has been known for thousands of years and, as is known, was used to make a scarab for the pictorial of the pharaoh of the 18th dynasty, Tutankhamun. For a long time, scientists were not sure of its origin. However, according to researchers, they found its source. As reported in the magazine Geology, the yellow glass appeared because of a meteorite fall that occurred 29 million years ago. Researchers analyzed zircons in glass samples found in the Libyan desert and found that they appear to have been melted by the impact. Glass is formed when sand melts at a very high temperature. There is still a debate about whether glass was formed when a meteorite hit or during an air flare, which occurs when asteroids, called near-Earth objects, explode and release energy into the Earth's atmosphere. According to Dr. Aaron Kavosi of the Curtin University, both meteorite impacts and air explosions can cause melting, but only meteorite impacts create shock waves that form high-pressure minerals. So the discovery of traces of the existence of rare rhyolite confirms that it was formed as a result of a meteorite impact. Now, rhyolite is a rare mineral formed from zircons that have experienced high temperatures and pressure. The scenario of an air flare became especially popular after the Chelyabinsk event of 2013, when a bolide exploded over Russia, causing damage to many buildings and injuring, although not directly, 1,491 people. The air flare had an energy of approximately 0.5 megatons of TNT, which is 3 times the energy of the atomic bomb in Hiroshima. Meanwhile, the event, some call it explosion, some call it implosion, and other things. The event that occurred in 1908 near the Siberian Tunguska River and recorded even by seismographers in London released energy equivalent to 5 megatons of TNT. To form the yellow glass found in the desert of North Africa, the air flash had to be 20 times more powerful and release 100 megatons of energy. Thus, the fact that the explosion did not lead to the formation of glass is good news for us. Well, the fall of meteorites is a catastrophic event, but it happens infrequently. Air explosions happen more often, but now we know that in the near future, we should not expect glass formations in the Libyan desert, which is good news, according to Dr. Kavosi. The fact that Pharaoh Tutankhamun had a jewel made of such glass is quite logical, since the ancient ruler already had a connection with the outer space. One of his daggers was made of meteorite iron, which in itself is very interesting, and it shows the understanding of the Egyptians of the celestial movements and what meteorite was and how important and precious the iron was. The Libyan desert is boundless sands with towering rocky formations in some places, among which you can find that Libyan glass, the mineral that may have appeared as a result of the intervention of celestial forces. Why is it possible? Well, because there is no consensus among scientists that unequivocally explains the reason for the appearance of Libyan glass in the desert. This natural glass is found only in one place in the world, in the dangerous and inhospitable Great Sandy Sea of the Libyan or Western Desert, which is part of the Sahara. In order to find this stone for the amulet of Tutankhamun. The ancient Egyptians had to walk in one direction about 800 kilometers from the ancient Thebes, present-day Luxor. The true nature of the material was discovered only in 1999 by Italian scientists Giancarlo Negro and Vincenzo Micheli, who conducted an examination of the stone. Libyan glass has been found since ancient times in the Libyan desert. It's located west of the Nile, on the same side of the Theban hills and the city of the dead. They're located on the same side. Both the desert and the glass were named after Livu or Eider, an ancient people who inhabited these lands 5,000 to 6,000 years ago. The stones are literally scattered across the desert over a large area along the Egyptian-Libyan border and in the south along the border with Sudan. These transparent or translucent stones, from white to yellow or green colors, sparkle like jewels under the bright desert sun. Their sizes range from very small pieces to large ones of several kilograms. It was well known to the ancient Egyptians. Tools, spearheads, and arrows with sharp blades of the Paleolithic era were also found here. The age of the most ancient of which scientists determined at 100,000 years. Most experts believe that about, let's say, 28 million years ago, a large meteorite fell on the territory of the current Libyan desert, resulting in a huge explosion that caused a sharp increase in temperature. The sand melted and then quickly cooled until crystallization, and a mineral was formed consisting of 98% silicon dioxide. The remaining 2% is cosmic dust. This was Libyan glass, the purest glass in the world with the highest percentage of silicon dioxide content. Well, let's assume that millions of years ago there was no Sahara desert, which means there was no sand, the main ingredient in the production of natural glass. But according to experts, at that time the surface layer of the earth or soil in these places consisted of rock suitable for glass production. So we already said that Libyan glass is the purest natural glass on the planet. In many cases, it has meteoritic inclusions, confirming the theory of an explosion that occurred from a collision with a comet, and the concentration of iridium in it exceeds that of the Earth. Moreover, they are now talking about the rarest finds of small diamonds that originate from the very core of the comet. Such material has not been found on Earth yet. The proponent of the idea of the formation of Libyan glass under the influence of cosmic cataclysm, it was scientist Mark Boslov from New Mexico. For a long time, there was not enough crater for the final confirmation of the hypothesis, which was soon discovered by a scientist from Boston University, Farouk El-Bas, who had not previously shared Boslov's theories. The crater was discovered during the study of images from space in the Sahara region. The crater was very large and covered with sand, so it could not be detected on Earth before. It was named Kebiru, by the way. Similar phenomena in ancient times has also occurred on the territory of Scotland and India. Some experts disagree with this theory of the origins of the Libyan glass, since a crater should have formed when a large celestial body collided with the Earth. Well, there is such a crater in the Libyan desert, but it is located outside the mineral zone. So how can this be? One more question. Libyan glass is found on a very large territory. What kind of force should be the impact from the collision of our planet with a celestial body? so that the products of this encounter fly in all directions for hundreds of kilometers. Again, there should be an impressive funnel at the place of the encounter. This can happen only in one case: if a flying celestial body exploded near the Earth and not on its surface. Then you can explain the absence of a crater and a large spread of minerals. According to some other scientists, lightning took part of the formation of the Libyan glass. Lightning hit the ground, and as a result of this, minerals were formed. That is, everything was exactly the same as in the story with fugorite. Personally, this theory confuses a lot of people because it is difficult to imagine how much lightning should have been struck in these places in a very short period of time. The age of the Libyan glass found is the same to form so many minerals. Libyan glass is a translucent yellow-green mineral. People used it in everyday life many millennia ago. Knives, spearheads, and even jewelry were made from it. And according to the excavations of archaeologists, the age of the discovered products or found products exceeds 100,000 years. So, in the tomb of Tutankhamun, the pharaoh's jewelry was discovered. It was a breast necklace with a scarab beetle made of Libyan glass. The examination showed that the mineral from which the scarab is made is identical in its composition to Libyan glass. Tutankhamun's pictorial symbolically depicts a rather complex plot about how the sun passes through the sky, and the scarab, dung beetle, symbolizes rebirth and the sun itself, which died every day and was reborn again. Well, I wonder if the ancient Egyptian priests and jewelers knew about such an unusual origin of Libyan glass. The size of minerals found by people in the Libyan desert is small, although sometimes quite large stones people come across them. Libyan glass is really an inexpensive mineral. Basically, there are different prices, but it is not expensive. Interesting fact, although there is no talk of depletion of Libyan glass reserves yet, but the Egyptian government has banned the export of minerals from the country. Look, you can find a lot of interesting things in Africa, and I always bring your attention to Africa's mysteries. And places like Namibia and the strange meteorites found there. I'll talk about them in the future as well. But it's very interesting, and I think more studies should be done, and maybe one day we'll be able to dedicate funds to such studies, because I don't think everything there is to know about Libyan glass is what we know today. Thank you for your attention to my work. If you can support my research, you'll find out how to do it in the description to this video. Please like my videos and subscribe to my channel.